I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.
Here we are.
And we're back.
We're back. Another podcast. I think number 19?
19.
Almost to 20. Can you believe it's been that long? Maybe?
Some days yes, some days no.
Well, I guess...
On days like today where we have a lot of tech set up and upgrading systems.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah. Yep, we've been doing a lot of upgrading.
Yeah, next week we'll actually have new audio upgrade, which will be huge. So, and we've been working on some stuff from behind the scenes. Well, Greg has. We've just been telling him what to do. Yeah. We have the ideas. Greg has to put it together. So, but no, let's talk about that for just a second without giving too much away. We've been working on something behind the scenes that I think is probably going to come together in 2 weeks from now. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. I don't want to give away too much today, but it probably, I'm very excited about it. Let's just say that. I don't know how successful it's going to be, but I think it's going to be awesome. So part of the reason why we had to do some upgrading and things like that. So just stay tuned. Well, maybe we can give more hints next week.
Yeah.
We'll finalize a few more things. Let's throw that out there.
Let people wonder.
The teaser.
Yes, that's always fun.
The stay tuned teaser. So
coming up next.
Do you want me to go right into cryptos?
Yeah, if it's okay with
Caleb.
Did
you get questions done?
Yeah.
Wow, see, Greg and I, once again, back-to-back weeks, don't know what we're going to be talking about later in Caleb's choice. So
yeah, as long as
Caleb...
Caleb...
be scary.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Can he go ahead and start?
Did you already introduce?
I did.
Sort of in a roundabout way.
Okay.
No, it works. All right, so let's go over... Oh, man.
Oh, Spock.
Fell over.
Dude. Oh, he was standing on the doji.
He was trying to anyways.
That is illogical.
So between this podcast and last podcast, I don't remember what day, basically Twitter just went completely crazy. It was Monday because everything was good. I had a meeting at 6 o'clock. Mm-hmm. I went to the meeting. My phone started blowing up. By the time I got back from the meeting at 9:30 that night, CEOs had resigned. They had moved on. There was a bunch of things that happened with different tokens. Now, I'm not going to sit here and speculate on exactly what happened because all I can tell you is what I saw on Twitter and what some of the people in the know told me. But I don't want this ever to turn out to be a he said, she said, that happened, this happened type thing. You know what I mean? So the facts of the matter are that when it comes to Reflex Finance, that Ryan, the Hound, stepped away as a CEO. I don't know. He's going to be doing something else. It's all cool, whatever. But he stepped away. It's important to remember that we will never know the entire story. Probably the only person that knows the entire story is Ryan. Mm-hmm. And if you're telling somebody your story, do you ever include every fact of it? So no one's ever going to really know what happened. But let's just say that the Reflex token took a hit. Mm-hmm. It went down a lot of percent. And they're saying that they're still going to be on track. Ryan's actually still saying that he still owns the token. But it was crazy. There was also some other tokens that fell by the wayside that we've never mentioned before, so I don't feel like we really need to mention them now. There were some other CEOs that resigned. I don't know why it all happened on Monday, but seemed like a bunch of tension built up in social media on Monday, and I happened to leave right as it exploded. And so when I got back, it literally took me an hour to get caught back on what was happening. I actually reached out to some friends and was like, hey, what happened when I was gone? What went wrong? And I think some of that stuff had been building for weeks, if not months, and it just all happened to explode on the same day. So you never know what's going to go down behind the scenes. That's why we always tell you do your own research. I may trust somebody that you don't trust, vice versa. Mm-hmm. You may have faith in a project more than I do, but at the end of the day, it's your money. So put it in that project that you have done the research on and had faith in. Yeah. So, moving on with a little bit more chaos. Blockbusters Token, right? So we were sitting here last Friday, saying, hey, the launch went crazy, but they fixed it. There was a bot that tried to sell, but they made it all work, and they did great. And they did, I also called Don Bailey Don Speaks because that's his Twitter handle, but it's Don Bailey is the guy that kind of took the forefront and took care of all this stuff and made everybody very happy. And then somebody tried to hack the system again. So right now, Blockbusters Tech Token is not tradable. I expect it to be tradable again probably in the next 2 to 3 days. But here's the thing that I want people to get out of it, at least what I got out of it, was they have been attacked twice now, okay? They have stopped the attack both times. A lesser token under lesser management would have folded. It would have killed the project. But what happened with this one is there's more hype behind it now because, like we talked about last week, what happens whenever you get more loyal customers, not by everything always being good, but what happens when things aren't good. And we found with this team that they're making things right. In both cases, they had to kind of push reset and move it back. So I say kudos. I don't know what the future of the token holds, but a lesser project would have folded over what happened to them over the last couple of weeks. So, and then one last thing. So we told everybody that we were going to talk about Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, and then we didn't. And when I went back and I watched it, it was like, oh, we forgot to mention that. So really, I
thought we talked about a Classic.
We didn't talk about dates.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about Mafia launching on the 11th, which was also NFL opening season. But what we forgot to tell you, and so probably most of you know by now if you didn't even know last week, was that September 11th is the date that Ethereum is supposed to go version 2. So as we get closer to that, we should see a bump. Now, there has been some...
crashing right now.
Well, there's been some backlash on... I think a lot of people thought that this was going to fix the gas fee problem with Ethereum, which it doesn't. I think that's coming out in the Shanghai update, which I don't know when that's coming out, probably this fall. So the excitement has kind of dwindled from it a little bit, but it's still going to happen, and at that time, miners are going to have to do something with their equipment. So that should still bode well for Classic, but we'll just see. I mean... everything's speculation. I think what we're going to see, and we've talked about this a little bit in the past, is a lot of these small projects with just built on hype are going to fail. And I think that time frame is coming sooner than later. I think you're going to see hundreds of small projects fall by the wayside by the end of this year, just because there's nothing behind them, and people are done buying off of hype. People are buying based on utilities, and people are buying... I think everybody's more educated because the information is out there. If you'll take the time to go get it, you can find it. But you're going to see a lot of those, what I would call money-hungry projects fail. The ones that are only out there to make a quick buck and then they're gone. These hype tokens. And unfortunately, there are some CEOs that have got wrapped up in their names are now being tied to some of those tokens. And so now, if they jump on a project, are you going to buy? Well, that's where research comes in. So, anyways, I'll get off my soapbox a little bit. I just wanted to...
soapbox, huh?
See?
I'm old.
It's good, see? Real good.
But that's just... It's been a really crazy week. But I will say one last thing. The communities of these coins on social media, I wouldn't invest just because of a community. But I've got to tell you, the communities of Grove Token, Blockbuster Tech, SafeMoon... Glow V2. I know I'm forgetting some. It doesn't mean that I hate you, but it's just I can't remember all of them. Are awesome because in these times where things are in the red candles and things like that, people are still like, "Hey, hold strong. Here's what we're seeing." And nobody's shy with information. But you always have those fudders that, for whatever reason, they just want the world to burn, and so they're on social media everywhere saying, "Well, this is a scam and that's a scam." And it's not. These people are not spending time on research. And a lot of them got burned, or they invested at all-time highs, and now their investment is really, really low. And yeah, you can be upset about that. I get it. I'm in some of the boat with some tokens too. But what are you going to do? either you don't really lose until you sell, and so if you don't sell, you just keep hoping that project turns around. Mm-hmm. I love the guys at Evergrow, but I haven't had a huge loss at Evergrow right now. Mm-hmm. But I do have faith that thing will turn around. I just bought in at the wrong time. Not their fault. Right? So, stay the course, have a plan, stick with it. Mm-hmm. Done.
Right on.
Mute me.
He's out.
There you go.
All right.
You can still snap fingers and make people disappear?
Maybe.
Not in the same colored shirts, though. The magic of editing.
That's true. There's a button for it.
Uh-huh.
All right. School's getting ready to start back up for our kiddos next week. So when we were in high school, what was your guys' favorite sport? What did you spend most of your time playing in?
High school.
Basketball.
What did you do?
Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was basketball.
Yeah, probably, honestly, the most time I spent was in baseball.
Yeah.
But we played a lot of basketball in our driveway. A lot.
Mm-hmm. True. You're a wrestler?
I'm a wrestler.
Backyard?
Both.
Were you any good?
Yeah, I was good. Somewhat good. I wasn't like great, but I was good. For the time I did it. What's that?
Conference champ?
No. Not that good.
Like, okay.
I mean, like,
What weight
I
class
never made
were
it
you
to
in?
finals, but I've made it to sectionals a couple times. 130 and 135, all the way through high school.
Dang, you little dude.
Yeah, I only did high school. I didn't do it in elementary.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, you have a week-long vacation. Are you going to go hiking and camping, or are you going to go on a cruise? I'd go hiking and camping.
I would say hiking. I don't know. I've done a lot of hiking and camping. I don't know.
Would you go on a big cruise?
I don't like a lot of people around.
We're way too close here.
Yeah. Right. Probably hiking and camping would be what I prefer, but I wouldn't mind a cruise, to be honest with you.
Well, my wife gets motion sickness crazy, so we've been invited to go to cruises several times, which I've never been. She went once, was sick the entire time. So I don't think we're going on any cruise anytime soon.
Okay.
Maybe the CryptoBros will go on a cruise.
Have our own little cruise ship.
We'll host a cruise.
Yeah. Podcast on a cruise.
What food have you eaten so much that you hate it now?
Dang.
Mine's raw cookie dough. We used to go to Grandma's house and get like a tube of raw cookie dough.
Yeah.
And we ate that all.
I can see why you hate that now.
Yeah, I got sick doing that.
Man, I got tired of ramen noodles.
But can you still eat them?
I can, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, in a pinch, if I'm super hungry.
Macaroni and cheese.
Really?
I will eat some homemade macaroni and cheese, but the box stuff, during college, I ate so much of that to just survive that hot dogs and macaroni and cheese was a staple. It was like my dinner, 5 nights a week at least. And I'm not a huge fan because of that. I can eat it from time to time, but I could never go back to eating it 5 nights a week. I'd rather starve and die.
Wow, all right.
Just so you know.
Stephanie, cook mac and cheese
from the box.
I always told her if she cooked me food, I would never complain for what it was. So she does have that option. I might just not come home for dinner one night, but...
All right, here's our last question for the day.
Okay.
Do professional athletes deserve their high salaries? Why and why not? Why or why not?
I don't think so. I think it should all be performance based.
Why?
Or stat based. They'll try harder. I mean, that's an incentive to try, not go, oh, I made it, so now I'm just comfortable.
What do you think?
I do think they're overpaid. I think that money should go somewhere else to teachers, cops, stuff like that. They're the underpaid people that.
Okay, so let me be the devil's advocate.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
I do.
So you want the money is obviously in the sport, right? Let's just take the NFL for instance, okay?
Yeah.
So you want those teams that let's just use easy math. Let's say they make $100 million, and their cap is $100 million.
Yeah.
So you want them to pay their players $20 million and give the $80 million to another industry? That is never going to happen.
That's not going to happen, no. But they shouldn't get paid as much.
Okay,
as they get paid.
but the NFL owners are making that much money.
That's true.
Well,
so should they just keep it all?
here's the thing. Concessions, parking, and all that junk should go down in price.
Okay, so we're talking about two different things then.
Yeah.
We're talking about them overcharging us for tickets, for all that stuff.
Right.
Now, if they were to say, listen, we believe they're paid too much too, and the players were to go, yeah, we make too much money, so the owners go, okay, we're going to make parking $5. We're going to make tickets $25. You can get $1 hot dogs and $2 sodas. And merchandising like T-shirts aren't going to, a jersey's not going to cost $100 because it's made by the NFL.
Yeah.
And now it's going to cost $30. Okay, but ain't none of that going to happen.
No, that's a
Because
pipe dream.
everybody is about the
Yeah.
money.
Until it all crashes.
Yeah. So
It
yes,
goes to
do I
crypto.
think that it's out of balance? I think it's absolutely out of balance.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to make $400 million guaranteed over an 8-year span or whatever like that, and then he goes out and gains 30 pounds and doesn't care because he said his kids are set. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Now they're playing college athletes, which is a completely different thing, but you can't expect in that one aspect of life for that to be the only place where the employees are not trying to get as much money as they possibly can. Because any other aspect of money, have you ever turned down a raise?
Once.
You know what I'm
no,
saying?
No.
I mean, I have known guys that said, "Hey, I don't deserve it. Give this. If you only have money for this raise, give it to somebody else because they deserve it more."
Yeah.
But I mean, in the long run, the cost of living ain't getting any cheaper. So in our small circle, we're all trying to make as much as we can so that we can have cushions or whatever. I'm the guy that's frugal, so I just save it. I don't really spend it on anything. But the more money I make, the more I save. But you can't ask those professional athletes to go, hey, there's $100 million out there that each team can spend, but we only want to give you 10 of it. And them go, oh, yeah, that's cool.
Well, there's your answer.
Long story. Because here, honestly, I've heard this question.
For the hammer.
Well, I've had people talk to me about this before, and I'm like, yeah, I don't completely agree with you. They make way too much money. But you cannot. Was that F10?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Secret. It was F12.
Uh-huh.
All right. Sorry, I just had to. I couldn't help it.
But I get it. They make way too much money. But the whole industry does.
They do, yeah.
And if the industry is going to be $1 billion, you can't expect those guys to play football for $10 an hour.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Sure,
that's an exaggeration. But, yeah, I would be all about just lowering the prices of everything and letting the general fan. I mean, I'm never taking my kids to a Chiefs game because it's too much money.
Yeah.
If I took my wife and $2 to a Chiefs game, that's a $500 weekend easy. Well, weekend, not 3 hours.
3 hours.
And that's not even spend the night anywhere. Yeah, $500 is still $500. I'd rather buy Safe Moon with it.
True. Yeah, I would too.
But anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm just in a talkative mood. I got a nap yesterday.
Yeah,
so
really
I'm
fat one.
raring to go.
Really good one.
Yeah, it was good. I love naps.
We knew all about. He wasn't waking up either.
He wasn't waking up.
No, don't wake me up. I might shoot you.
Well, water didn't even work, but
If you
Something
poured
right
water
there.
on me, it did not work because I
Yeah.
didn't even know you guys were there.
sorry, man.
Water.
It dried up though.
Just water.
Just water. I swear it was water. All right, next question.
That's it. That's it.
That was it. He said it was the last one.
is that 4?
That was 4.
Well, that was.
Fast?
Well, quick.
Yeah. Well, the first 3 went fast.
My eyes aren't good enough to look up there and see how many minutes it's been going. So.
Oh, it's been 19 minutes.
Oh. Okay, well,
What are we eating?
so this time we decided to not draw because, well, you'll find out why later in a couple weeks.
It's a secret.
So we
Ooh.
decided to draw out of the box of goodies.
From the Garden of Eden itself.
No.
Something special.
Lotus chips. They look like, what do you call them, Caleb? Loofahs.
Loofah chips?
That's what it looks like.
I don't want them now.
If you can see that or not? That one's
They
kind
were
of plural.
loofahs.
Yeah. I mean,
Deep fried loofahs.
that's what it looks
Can you
like.
see that up in there? I don't
Loofah.
know if you can or not. I
can see it.
I mean,
They
this
can see
little guy right here. Look at that huge one.
What, Spock? You just stay right there.
Fuck you.
Think
You are
about
an
it.
Idiot.
Yeah, think about what you did.
All right.
Are these supposed to be healthy? Or
Oh, yeah, definitely.
it smells like potato chip.
It does. It actually smells good.
What I can smell.
It's a flower. Right? The lotus flower. Something Asian. Those are good.
They are good.
They are good. So,
Wow.
but here's my only problem with them.
Tastes like oil.
They're over fried potato chips.
They are. They're over fried for sure.
I think there is a name for this phobia, but anything that has
The holes.
the holes makes my skin crawl.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, I can't. I mean, right now my skin is on fire. I
So you
can't.
can eat like, what is it? What's Swiss cheese with the holes in it?
Well, that's different.
More like kiwi.
I think
like
it's more of
holes.
a pattern type thing.
Oh.
You ever seen
the
those
pattern.
videos where like they superimpose holes on people's like hands and like
Oh,
holes
yeah.
all the way through, but like the
Yeah, those are nasty.
Oh, I mean,
I'm with you there. Those are,
I
that's
shouldn't
weird.
have brought it up because now it's going to be worse.
We should
right?
like
Yes,
put
we
something up there.
got on the screen.
I can't see that. I'm too old. I can tell
You need
that.
more lotus chips.
Yeah, I can. Oh, I should do this. so people
Those
can
will help
see
your
it.
eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Japan,
See the lotus.
and they are.
They put them in their hair.
I don't know
Sounds
why
good to
they're.
me.
Oh, this whole thing is only 240 calories. This whole bag.
What are they fried in?
Oil.
Rice bran oil. I don't know.
They're good.
Yeah, they're not bad.
This is one of the better things we tried, probably.
Oh, that's what a lotus plant looks like. That's why it has holes in it. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I think they can see it.
Yeah, I think part of the issue with the monitors is the angle.
Can you see it now?
You know when you don't look at a monitor, an LED screen
Yeah.
at the right?
Oh, angle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think we're kind of looking a little bit up, which is fine. Anyways,
I
maybe
know,
one of
I've
these
been
days
staring up a
we'll
lot.
shoot a short as kind of a behind the scenes what our studio looks like once we get it completely done.
Yeah.
Because the look and that sort of stuff is pretty much there. It's the technical side of it. Which I'm super stoked about the audio.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have paid attention to any of our video game streams, you can tell 2 or 3 days ago the upgrade of the audio. I think you're going to see at least that much of an upgrade in our audio too. So
And River's doing good.
yeah,
He's recovering.
we're gonna have we're gonna have another little short of him up there too, kind of in stages of when he was a puppy to where he was at, because people keep asking about him. Those videos garner way more attention than our podcast videos do. But in
River.
2 weeks, I'm hoping
We
that
should interview him.
changes.
We should
Yeah.
He
River's
wouldn't
our
sit still. He
mascot.
would destroy our office.
be like a 10-second
But
podcast.
I'm going to predict right now that in 2 weeks, if that's the date that it happens, that podcast is going to beat River.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
That's a good.
At least in
I
minutes
like it.
viewed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Sweet.
All right, let's call it. These people have watched long enough.
All right. Well, I
Thanks
bid
for
you
stopping
adieu.
by.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah.
Whatever he says.
Take care and God bless.
Yep.